Open your brokerage app right now, look at the stock market. It is sitting at or near all-time highs. Now turn on the news. Every single headline seems to be screaming about an impending catastrophic crash. And you just sit there, staring at your screen, thinking to yourself, this looks really expensive right now. Should I just hold my cash and wait for a drop? It is that classic agonizing emotional tug-of-war that every single investor goes through. On one hand, you are absolutely terrified to put your hard-earned money into the market today, only to wake up tomorrow and watch your portfolio plummet 30%. But on the other hand, you are equally terrified to sit on the sidelines, clutching your cash, watching the market rally month after month, leaving you completely behind. It is a paralyzing place to be. It feels like whatever choice you make is going to be the wrong one. Welcome back to Grow with Tony. Before we dive deep today, please remember that this episode is for educational purposes only and is not personalized financial advice. In this episode, I am not going to sit here and try to predict what the stock market will do tomorrow, or next month, or even next year. Honestly, nobody can do that. Anyone who tells you they can is lying. Instead, I am going to give you a comprehensive, bulletproof framework. By the end of this episode, you will have a proven, stress-free strategy that actually works, regardless of what the market decides to do next. We are going to unpack why waiting for a crash is a massive mistake, the hidden financial costs of sitting in cash, and exactly how you can build generational wealth without losing a single night of sleep. Stick with me, because the strategy I am going to share with you later in this episode will completely change how you view a market crash. But first, let's look under the hood of our own brains. Why do so many of us instinctively want to wait for a crash? Why does it feel so incredibly safe to hold cash when the market is high? It all comes down to a psychological concept called loss aversion. Psychologists have proven that the mental pain of losing $1,000 is twice as intense as the joy of making $1,000. We are hardwired for survival. We are biologically programmed to avoid danger. In the modern world, a red arrow pointing down on a financial screen triggers the exact same part of your brain as a physical threat. Because of this, we develop a deep-seated fear of buying at the absolute top. Nobody wants to be the person who invested their life savings on a Tuesday only for the global economy to collapse on a Wednesday. We all want a deal. When we go to the store and see our favorite coffee is 20% off, we stock up. But ironically, when the stock market goes on sale, everyone runs screaming out of the store. We think that by waiting for a crash, we are being smart, prudent, and patient. But if we look at the historical data, our instincts are terrible financial advisors. Let's take a quick walk down memory lane. Think back to 2017. The market had been on a massive bull run for years. People were screaming from the rooftops that it was overvalued. Experts on TV were saying a correction was mathematically guaranteed. So, what did average investors do? They pulled their money out, and they waited. But the market kept going up. Then came 2019. Trade wars were dominating the news. Headlines said a devastating crash was imminent. Once again, fearful investors moved to cash. And once again, the market went up. In 2021, it was the exact same story. Valuations were sky high, and the experts told us a bubble was about to burst. Listen closely to this. If you were sitting in cash during those years, waiting for a clean, predictable crash where you could swoop in and buy at the absolute bottom, you missed out on historic, life-changing wealth creation. The brutal reality is that real market crashes happen without warning. No one rings a bell at the top to tell you to sell, and more importantly, no one rings a bell at the bottom to tell you the coast is clear. If you listen to the financial media, they predict a massive apocalyptic crash every single year. They have to do this because fear sells, panic gets clicks. If a news anchor says the market will probably grow by a steady 8% this year, nobody watches. But if they say the Great Depression 2.0 begins next week, everyone tunes in. For you, the individual investor, all that noise does absolutely nothing but create decision paralysis. And that paralysis brings us to our second major point, the hidden, silent cost of waiting. You might think holding your money in cash is playing it safe. Cash feels secure. But there is a massive opportunity cost to idle cash, and it comes in two forms. The first is the silent thief, inflation. While your money sits in a checking account doing absolutely nothing, inflation is quietly eating away its purchasing power year after year. $100,000 in cash today will not buy you $100,000 worth of goods 10 years from now. Cash is a guaranteed loss over a long enough timeline. The second, much larger cost is missing out on compound interest. Compounding is what happens when your money makes money, and then that new money makes even more money. But compounding requires one crucial ingredient: time. When you sit in cash waiting for a crash, you are starving your portfolio of time. Legendary investor Peter Lynch once said, "Far more money has been lost by investors preparing for corrections than has been lost in corrections themselves." Let's imagine two investors to prove this. Investor A considers themselves very smart. They decide to wait for the absolute perfect moment. They look at the market today, decide it's too high, and sit on their cash. They wait 1, 2, 3 years. During those 3 years, the market goes up 30%. Finally, a recession hits, and the market drops by 20%. Investor A feels like a genius. But here's the math. Even after that 20% drop, the market is still higher than it was 3 years ago when they first started waiting. Plus, when there is blood in the streets, Investor A is usually far too terrified to actually buy the dip anyway. They wait for it to drop further, and before they know it, the market has recovered and hit new all-time highs. Now look at Investor B. Investor B ignores the talking heads. They just take a set amount of money from their paycheck and invest it every single month, year after year, whether the market is at an all-time high or an all-time low. Over a 20-year period, the gap in wealth between these two people is staggering. The one who waited almost always buys in at a higher price, missing years of growth. This illustrates the most unbreakable rule in finance. Time in the market beats timing the market. It is not about when you get in, it is about how long you stay in. But I know what the voice in your head is saying right now. Okay, Tony, I hear you, but what if my luck is uniquely terrible? What if I invest everything today, and a historic crash happens next week? Take a deep breath. We need to completely reframe how we look at market crashes. Crashes and bear markets are not a glitch in the system. They are a perfectly normal, healthy feature of investing. They are the admission ticket you have to pay to achieve high returns. If the stock market was a guaranteed straight line up with zero risk, the returns would be the same as a savings account. Risk and reward are two sides of the exact same coin. Historically, the S&P 500 has dropped 20% or more multiple times. The dot-com bust, the 2008 financial crisis, the 2020 pandemic crash. And do you know what happened after every single one of those terrifying events? The market recovered. It recovered, and then it set new all-time highs. Every single time. The biggest mistake people make is confusing the word volatility with permanent loss. Volatility simply means the price is bouncing up and down right now. If your portfolio drops 30% on your screen, that is an unrealized loss. It only exists on paper. It is temporary. A permanent, wealth-destroying loss only happens when you get scared, log into your account in a panic, and hit the sell button at the absolute bottom. The people whose retirements were ruined in 2008 were the ones who panicked and sold, completely missing the massive decade-long rally that followed. So, if predicting the market is a losing game, and sitting in cash is guaranteed to lose to inflation, what actually works? Here are the actionable strategies that require zero crystal balls. The absolute best method for the vast majority of people is dollar cost averaging, or DCA. This is elegantly simple. You buy your investments on a fixed schedule. Maybe the first of every month. You invest the exact same amount, say $500, regardless of the stock market price. Here is why DCA is a superpower. When the market is booming, your $500 buys fewer shares. You are automatically buying less when things are expensive. But when the market is crashing and everyone else is panicking, your exact same $500 buys significantly more shares at a heavy discount. You completely remove human emotion, fear, and greed from the equation. You just let the automated system build your wealth in the background. But what if you have a massive lump sum of cash? Maybe you sold a house or a business. Should you invest it all today? Statistically, academic research shows that putting all your money into the market at once, lump sum investing, beats dollar cost averaging about 68% of the time, simply because markets go up more often than they go down. However, we are human beings, not spreadsheets. Dumping $100,000 into the market on a Tuesday is terrifying. If it makes you lose sleep, then the mathematical best way is the wrong way for you. Breaking that money up and investing $10,000 a month over 10 months is perfectly fine. Peace of mind is a highly valid investment strategy. Another incredibly effective strategy is the core and satellite approach. You invest the vast bulk of your money now. That is your core. It gets to work immediately capturing compound growth, but you deliberately keep a small satellite portion, maybe 10%, in a high-yield savings account, ready to deploy specifically when the market takes a significant dip. This gives you the thrill of buying the dip without holding back your main wealth-building engine. Before you make any decisions today, you need to sit down and ask yourself 3 brutally honest questions. First, what is your actual time horizon? If you need this money in 2 years to buy a house, it has absolutely no business being in the stock market. But if this money is for a retirement 20 years away, why on earth do you care what the market does next Tuesday? Second, assess your true risk tolerance. If your portfolio dropped 30% tomorrow, could you sleep at night? If you would panic and sell, your current portfolio allocation is far too aggressive for your personality. And third, what is your foundational goal? Are you building multi-generational wealth, securing retirement, or just generating passive income? Your personal answers to these questions matter far more than whether the market is currently at an all-time high. Let's do a quick, powerful recap of what we learned today so you can walk away with absolute confidence. First, waiting for a market crash is a psychological trap. Sitting in cash costs you significantly more in missed compounding growth than a temporary market drop ever would. Second, the golden rule: time in the market will always beat trying to time the market. Third, market drops are a feature, not a bug. They are temporary, and they only become a permanent loss if you let fear take over and click sell. And finally, utilizing dollar-cost averaging puts your wealth building on complete autopilot, removing anxiety from your financial life. So, should you invest now or wait? There is no perfect time to invest. It does not exist. The best time to invest was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now, today, when you have the money and a solid plan. Historically, the paralyzing fear of a market crash has cost everyday investors way more money than actual market crashes ever have. Burn this sentence into your mind. You do not need to be smarter than the market. You do not need a crystal ball. You just need to stay in the market long enough to let compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you team invest now and let it ride? Or are you team wait for the dip and keep your powder dry? Let me know down in the comments below. I read every single one. If you found value in this episode, and if it gave you a little bit of peace of mind today, please do me a massive favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our journey to building real, sustainable wealth together. Keep growing, keep investing consistently, and I will see you in the next one.